This is jumping my 5-year-old off the track thoroughbred for the first time. So I have been riding Moose for about, I want to say like 4 or 5 months now, and he's learning so quickly, very fast. So me and my trainer decided that he was definitely getting very bored with just doing dressage, and he's just learning everything so quickly. He's doing so well that we should start jumping him over some little tiny cross rails. So my future plan with Moose is to kind of turn him into a 100 jumper horse. So it was super exciting for me to start jumping him. So we first started off going into 2-point at the trot to see what he would do, since he is a racehorse, and he was completely unfazed about that. And then we kind of went over a trot rail set in 2-point the second time we go around. Looks like it. To see how he would react, me going into 2-point while he's like doing something. And once again, he was perfectly fine with doing that. He is just, he's so good. He listens so well. He had a really good lesson. I'm very proud of him. So we're just seeing how he's kind of taking everything, and then we're gonna just do little tiny baby steps until we get to a full crossrail. So he has had 0 jumping experience and didn't really understand that he was supposed to actually like step into his hind or like lean into his hind and jump, but he's definitely getting there. So we just went over this line of ground poles because this is the line that we were going to do a crossrail in, and we were halting at the end so he wouldn't learn to get too quick. And this is a raised ground pole. I went over 2-point to see how he would react, and we also halted at the end. So that was like half of a little crossrail, and he just trotted over it. And this is his first ever full crossrail. We want to get him really straight and have him really look at it. So he trotted over it perfectly fine. So basically what we're trying to teach him is, well, this lesson we were just introducing him to jumping. So we praise him really good if he actually like lifts his front legs over it and then his back. And it's perfectly fine if he just trots over it. So just as a little disclaimer, Moose, he's used to the bit, but he opens his mouth a lot when I ride, and that's not it's not because I'm yanking on his mouth. I promise. That's just kind of his thing that he does. So now we are not halting after anymore, and he does trip on some of the cross rails, but he's learning, so he's allowed to. If he does mess up, if he does trip, I am not doing anything but just keep going. Kind of let him figure it out, because he will figure it out. You just need to allow him to figure it out. So that's why, if you kind of realize, I'm going into 2-point a little bit before he's going over it, just so I can let him kind of figure it out and let him go the way that he needs to without me being in his way. So now we're doing a different crossrail. We're just keeping him really straight, letting him really look at it, and getting out of his way if he decides to do whatever. Just like he tripped, it's perfectly fine if he trips. You just do it again. That was better. He kind of took like a half canter stride. And this is my trainer lunging him over some cross rails. You really want him to really put his knees over it and jump like that. Do you see how his back feet really went over it? And then my trainer stopped and praised him, because that's what we want. And that's how, you know, he knows that that's what we want. Like, that was super, super good. So we stopped and praised him. Then I got back on, and you guys will see how he does after being lunged now that I'm back on. So that was actually the best jump of the day, because he took a canter stride after. That really tells you he was really comfortable. It was a really comfortable jump for him. And he actually is very lazy to being off the track. So it was really easy for me to like figure out what he was gonna do. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Kind of going with us on this journey. Hope you guys liked it.